Hey guys, what's going on? Richie from Photons Across the Air. Sorry about the camera shaking. I'm not using my tripod, so... but today I'm going to be reviewing something a little bit different than what you guys are normally used to see me review. I usually review flashlights and lasers, but you would think that me playing with all these lasers and doing all this laser stuff, you would think that I'd have a fog machine, but it's probably because I vaped for so many years, I didn't feel the need to have a fog machine. But I stopped vaping about a month and a half ago, so I need something to bring out the effect, or something to bring out the laser beams, since I don't vape anymore. So my house is not covered in fog or vape or anything like that, so it's kind of hard to see the beams. Now, it's been probably 10 years since I've used a fog machine. It's been a long, long time. The last fog machine I had was actually a brand called Light Effects, and I believe they were exclusively available at Target years and years ago, and I loved that fog machine. I used it so much, never had any problems with it, but it's been so long now, it's been covered in dust, and I've moved like twice since then, so it's just got all kinds of dust, and in fact, I need to throw it away. But now I owe this credit to my girlfriend. She's actually basically the one that ordered it for me. Now, I paid her back, of course, but the first brand we got about a week ago, it was actually a brand called 1x1, and the reviews are great on it, but we got it, and the actual copper tube that feeds the fog juice from the tank through the pump and into the actual heater, it was cracked somehow. It might have got damaged in shipping, I don't know, but it was cracked somehow. So every time you'd hit the button, all the pump would do is suck in the juice from the reservoir or the tank, and it would just spray it all over the place on the inside. The fog machine worked itself. It did spray out fog quite a bit, but you can see fog was just pouring out of these vent holes from the bottom and the top. I knew that wasn't good. So looking inside there, I could tell that the actual copper tube that was running from the heater to the pump had a crack in it, and it was spraying out. So definitely not good. Don't want to get that all over the electronics in there. Now, these things are designed to be able to handle small amounts if some get in there, but it's not designed to be, spraying in there like that. But anyways, so we took it back, or we shipped it back, no problems. We ordered one from a company called Fansteck. Now this one's about $41. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, a little more expensive than the 1x1 brand, but this one is awesome. The box it came in was really small, actually smaller than I thought it was. You can see here, professional automatic fog machine. But it comes in the box like this. It does have a mounting bracket for mounting it up on the ceiling and all that stuff, or mounting it wherever. Instruction manual. You get the, basically all the things you need to mount this thing. I'm not going to be using that. So now the cool thing is, I didn't even know this thing actually came with a remote. Not know that. And of course the switch, and I'm glad it comes with the wireless remote, because the switch, or the wired switch itself, is literally only like 8 inches long, so not going to be using this much. So I do have the lights turned down somewhat low in here because of I'll just use a flashlight. So there you can see the front of it. There's the tank, the reservoir. Got your pump in there. Now I'm going to show you guys, see if I can't get a nice view of inside there. It's kind of hard to see, but you can actually see the pump down there, the electronic pump and the tank, the wiring, all that stuff. I don't want to take this thing apart, but I can definitely tell that the quality on this one is a little better than the last one, so that's great. Of course, you got the back of it. You have the fuse area. You have a power switch. Now, I thought that was kind of cool. The last one did not have that. It's been so many years since I've used a fog machine. In fact, the last fog machine I had was 400 watts, so that was 10 years ago. So they haven't really changed since then. You got a level. Now, my old one did not have this. You have a level right here that actually tells you how much fog juice is left in the machine. So that is a cool feature to have. And then you have a power switch. Now that's kind of cool, because the last one did not have a power switch, and neither did my one 10 years ago. So I think it's kind of cool that this one does have a power switch. So if you don't want to use it, you don't have to unplug it straight away. Now, if you're not using this for long periods of time, or even a couple of days, I would still recommend unplugging it, even though it's turned off. But that's if you're just going to turn it off for a couple of hours. But it's kind of cool that you do have a power switch here. So that is a great feature to have. Put that here, and we will go ahead and turn this thing on. And of course, the initial warm-up is about 4 or 5 minutes. All you do is just let that sit. Now, if you just purchased this thing, the pump does not have fog juice in it. So remember, if you're new to fog machines or don't have a fog machine, and this is your first one, when you put the fog juice in the tank, of course, the fog juice has not been fed through the pump yet. So the initial startup, when you first power this thing on, or when that light turns red, letting you know that the fog or that the heater is heated up, when you first press it for the very first time, it's going to make a really loud noise. It's that pump trying to get that juice through there, or trying to get that fluid through there. So don't be alarmed if it makes a really loud sound when you first turn it on or when you first hit that button, because it does not make that noise anymore unless your fog juice runs out. There's a reason why I have the lights kind of dim like this. It's because I was playing with the fog machine earlier. I actually used it so much that the whole house got completely thick in fog. I mean, it was insane. A little 200 milliwatt red. A little 45 milliwatt 532 green. A cat going nuts. Another green. And then of course we have the 2-in-1. Looks purple, but that's 450, so that's blue. You have 532, and then of course both of them together. So it's amazing how much the fog brings out the laser beam. And then of course you have the 800 milliwatt 405. Whoops. Try not to drop the phone. Okay, so as you can see, the heater is now kicked on. We'll move this out of the way there, okay? And then we'll show you on the switch. Now you can press this button if you want, but you don't have to. All you do is just press the unlock button. Unlock button. For some reason it's kind of blurry. I'm not exactly sure why. You can just hit the stop button for it to shut off if you want. And it's okay. And then of course you can just shut it off when you're not using it. So yeah, whoops. So yeah, that kind of sums up a quick review of the Fansteck fog machine, or professional automatic fog machine. Definitely puts out quite a bit of fog.